अभी इतना पास दूर भी चलेगा ना कि ये दूर बिकॉज ऑफ दिस इट इज वर्क राइट. जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी जय गोपी जनवल्लभ जय गिरिवरधारी जय जय गोपी जनवल्लभ जय गिरिवरधारी जय यशोदानंदन जय ब्रज जनरंजन जय यशोदानंदन जय जय यशोदानंदन जय ब्रज जनरंजन जय यमुना तीरवनचारी जय कुंज बिहारी जय यमुना तीरवनचारी जय कुंज बिहारी हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्णा
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Ram Hare Hare Jai Shri Nityananda Gauranika Jai Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Jaya Yasodanandana Jaya Braja Janaranjana Jaya Yamuna Teravanachari Jaya Kunja Vihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Nityananda Ram Jaya Gaur Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Gopi Nalvallabh Radha Gopi Nalvallabh Radha Jaya Nitai Patita Pavan Gaurare Nitai Patita Pavan Gaurare Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Gurudev 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev Nitai Gaurari Bo Hari Bol Nitai Gaurari Bo नाम संकीर्तन यज्ञ की श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय।
So, Canto 4, Chapter 4, right? Chapter 4, Text 12. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. All together. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottama Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudire Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki Yam Swanubhavamakhilam Srutisaramekam Adhyatmadipamatitir Teshatam Tamoandam Samsarinam Karunaya Purana Guhyam Tam Vyasasунamupaya Migurum Muninam Yam Pravanjam Tamanupeta Peta Krityam Dvipayano Virhakataraya Juhava Putreti Tanamayataya Taravo Bhinedus Tam Sarvabhutaridayam Munimanatosmi Shri Guruve Gaurachandraya Shri Radhikaye Tadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaye Namo Namah Ye deshe vaser Gaurangera Gana Urdhvabahu Kari Vandan Sabera Charana Mukham Karoti Vachalam Pangum Lamghayate Girim Yat Kripa Tamaham Vande
श्री गुरुम दीनतारिणम परमानंद माधवम श्री चैतन्य ईश्वरम. So, text 12. Please repeat after me. Dosan paresam hi guneshu sadhavo ruhanti kechin bhavadvaso dvija gunamscha falgun bahuli karishnavo mahatmas tves vidbha bhavan agam महात्मास्तेष्व विद भवान अघम. ये बोलो. दोषान् परेषां हि गुणेषु साधवो ब्रूयन्ति केचिन् भवाब्दसो द्विज गुणांश्च फल्गुन् बहुलीकरिष्णवो महात्मते स्वाविदभावनागम्. दोषान् परेषां हि गुणेषु साधवो ब्रूयन्ति केचिन् भवाब्दसो द्विज गुणांश्च फल्गुन् बहुलीकरिष्णवो महात्मते स्वाविदभावनागम्. दोषान् परेषां हि गुणेषु साधवो ब्रूयन्ति केचिन् भवाब्दसो द्विज गुणांश्च फल्गुन् बहुलीकरिष्णवो महात्मते स्वाविदभावनागम विदभावना. Anyone? दोषान् परेषां हि गुणेषु साधवो गुणन्ति केचिन् भवाब्दसो द्विजा गुणांश्च फल्गुन् बहुलीकरिष्णवो महात्मते स्वाविदभावनागम्. दोषान् परेषां हि गुणेषु साधवो ब्रूयन्ति केचिन् भवाब्दसो द्विज गुणांश्च फल्गुन् बहुलीकरिष्णवो महात्मता ते स्वविदत्ववानगम्. दोषान् परेषां हि गुणेषु साधवो गुणयन्ति केचिन् भवादिशो निजा नृणां सफलगुण बहुलीकरिष्णवो महात्मना ते स्वविद भवान् दोषान् परेषां हि गुणेषु साधवो गृह्णन्ति केचिन् भवादिशोधिषा गुणां सवगुण बहुलीकरिष्णवो महात्मना ते स्वविदधमानम्. One more time all together. दोषान् परेषां हि गुणेषु साधवो गृह्णन्ति केचिन् भवादसूति च गुणां सफलगुण बहुलीकरिष्णवो महात्मनास्ते स्वविदत् भवानघम्. Dosan, faults, paresham, of others. He, for, guneshu, in the qualities, sadhava, sadhus, gruhanti, find, kechit, some, na, not, bhavadrisha, like you, dvija, or twice born, gunan, qualities, cha, and falgun, small, bahuli karishnava, greatly magnifies, mahattamaha, the greatest persons, tesu, among them, avidat, find, bhavan, you, agam, the fold. Translation and purport by Acharya Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki. Twice born Daksha, please repeat after me. Twice born Daksha, a man like you can simply find fault in the qualities of others. Lord Shiva, however, not only finds no faults with others' qualities, but if someone has a little good quality, he magnifies it greatly. Unfortunately, you have found fault with such a great soul. Purport. Prabhupada ki jai. King Daksha is addressed here by his daughter Sati as Dvija, twice born. Twice born refers to the higher classes of man, namely the Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, and Vaishyas. In other words, a Dvij is not an ordinary man, but one who has studied the Vedic literature from a spiritual master and can discriminate between good and bad. Therefore, it is supposed that he understands logic and philosophy. Sati, Daksha's daughter, put before him sound arguments. There are some highly qualified persons who accept only the good qualities of others. Just as a bee is always interested in the honey in the flower and does not consider the thorns and colors, highly qualified persons who are uncommon accept only the good qualities of others, not considering their bad qualities, whereas the common man can judge what are good qualities and what are bad qualities. Among the uncommonly good souls, there are still gradations, and the best good soul is one who accepts an insignificant asset of a person and magnifies that good quality. Lord Shiva is also called Ashutosh, which refers the one who is satisfied very easily and who offers to any person the highest level of benediction. For example, once a devotee of Lord Shiva wanted the benediction that that whenever he touched someone on the head, that person's head would at once be separated from his trunk. Lord Shiva agreed, although the benediction asked was not very condemnable because the devotee wanted to kill his enemy. Lord Shiva considered the devotee's good quality in worshipping and satisfying him and granted the benediction. Thus, Lord Shiva accepted his bad qualities as magnificently good qualities. But Sati accused her father, "You are just the opposite. Although Lord Shiva has so many good qualities and no bad qualities at all, you have accepted him as bad and found fault with him. Because of your accepting his good qualities to be bad, instead of your becoming the most exalted soul, you have become the most fallen. A man becomes the greatest soul by accepting the goodness of others' qualities, but by unnecessarily considering others' good qualities to be bad, you have become the lowest of the fallen souls." Jai Transcendental Purport ki jai. ओम ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनं शलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुं श्रीपदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं सागरजातं सहगं रघुनाथ निनन्दं तं सहजीवं सागरहितं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्ण परमेश्वरभगवान् श्री नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते दिव्यानंद स्वामी नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी श्री श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। आनंद करि वैष्णव की जय। Please accept my obeisances to all Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis present here. When I was going through this purport and translation, and Jampisa Prabhu give me this verse, I was unable to attend few Bhagavatam class. So I was not aware about the sequence, but when I was reading yesterday, I was thinking that husband and wife and father-in-law and son-in-law, they are fighting. What am I doing here? I have nothing to say. They are the great personalities. Their fightings are also great. Just like great persons do whatever is great, so their fightings are also great. And that's why even husband and wife fight. We have Bhagavatam class on that. Right? Generally, when husband and wife fight, we doesn't want to talk about it, right? But they are such a great that we have classes on different temples on this planet on their fightings. So how great they must be. So I don't know what to speak on this. I really don't know, because I can easily reflect myself on this purport. There are so many things I supposed to learn from this purport. So I certainly don't have adhikar to speak or to speak on a sermon or any instruction on this. But by following the order, I will try to attempt something, considering that this attempt may purify my own heart. So, as you all know, who is more important between audience and speaker? Who is more important between audience and speaker? Audience. Speaker? Okay, why? Okay, those who say speaker, they have to answer why. Okay, any other answer? Why speaker? Representing Guru. So audience doesn't represent Guru?
Audience represent disciple.
Represent disciple. Very well. Okay. So okay.
So audience are attentive, speaker will get more involved to like the self correcting or asking. Developing tell anyone. When you to ask people to tell me that Austin are he asked questions, so that opened up the
Yes. So audience is more important. Actually, both are important, speaker and audience. But it depends on contextual, that who is speaker and who is audience. So in today's assembly, if I would say who is more important, speaker or audience, I can justify from Bhagavatam that audience is more important. Why and how? We have to go to the first chapter of first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. When Sut Goswami enter into the assembly, when all the assembly members start asking him question, the first question, I think text number 12 or 13 of first chapter of first canto, when Saunak asked this thing, the first thing he said, this is Sut Janasi Badram Te Satvatam Pati. What he said, the first line of the verse is Sut Janasi Badram Te Satvatam Pati. Sut, if you translate it in Hindi, Sut Janasi. Sut Jante hai. Meaning, oh Sut Goswami, you know everything. Badram Te Satvatam Pati. In word to word translation, Badram Te Srila Prabhupada translated as accept all my blessings. So audience is giving blessings to speaker. What this signifies? That signifies that of course this doesn't apply to Sud Goswami or Sukdev Goswami. They are qualified. But when an unqualified person sit as a speaker like myself, then what this word signifies is why audience are more important. Because when they sit in the assembly with the power of their devotion, they empower the speaker. And speaker sometimes speak which he doesn't know before ever. That's why when with the devotion, with the power of their devotion, when audience sit in the assembly, they empower the speaker. They bless the speaker. So general understanding is speaker is very elevated person, senior devotee. That's why we make him as a speaker and sit down. Not necessarily every time. Sometimes many great seniors sit in the assembly. Why they sit? Argument can be given that if they are very senior, then they should give Bhagavatam class. Why should they make some unqualified person sit as a speaker? The answer is they give opportunity to that speaker to purify the heart by the power of their devotion. And that's why when an unqualified speaker is sitting in assembly, audience is more significant than speaker. So in my case, I can see that I don't have any qualification, but I just came here and I must accept. That's why I'm trying to linger it. Somehow I can withstand for a few more minutes. I didn't prepare anything because when I was reading it, what I can speak on this, I don't have any philosophy to speak on this because I can reflect on my day-to-day life, all this problem with me. But still I came with a hope that because of your devotion, my heart will purify. And that's why audience and speaker, who is more important? Ronin Prabhu.
I cannot decide.
अरे इतना explain किया. Audience and speaker, audience is more important. That's why we should never neglect audience. We should never consider that they are ordinary people. And when we speak, our speech should also reflect. And the first thing on reflection is we should not speak in the assembly which we are not following it. I have to follow this principle. I cannot speak anything on this purpose. So please forgive me if I spoke anything. If I will speak anything, and so far whatever I spoke is wrong, please forgive me. So in this chapter, in previous chapter, and in few since I think second, third, and fourth chapter, we see basically quarrel is going on between father-in-law and son-in-law and daughter-in-law, or sorry, daughter involved or wife involved. Try to bridge in and things didn't work it out. I think a few days back, Yugal Kisa Prabhu, he was mentioning this is 2024 Grihast problem, right? So actually, when we see all this type of pastimes in Bhagavatam, the first understanding of Bhagavatam is definitely we not criticize the character who are playing just this now just when in the drama when any participant participates in the drama, we not blame that person. Same way here, Lord Shiva, Sati, and all these personalities, we should not blame them, but Martya Avtaram, just like in the case of Lord Ram, Bhagavatam says, Martya Avtaram, Martya hi tu Shikshanam. Why Lord Ram came? He came to Martya Avtaram. He came as a Martya, as a mortal, as a human. For what? Martya hi tu Shikshanam, to teach the mortal. So same way, Srila Prabhupada mentioned in many, I think at least in second canto I have seen it in many places. Many purports Srila Prabhupada mentioned that the 1 to 9th, first 9 canto is a preparation to enter in a 10th canto. Now, what do you mean by that? Does that mean that we should quickly run through it and read it first 9 canto and then we can read it and understand 10th canto? Does that mean? Srila Prabhupada in one place explained this thing, what it means. First 9 canto is a preparation of 10 canto, meaning we should practically practice first 9 canto in our life. With that practice, when we enter into the 10th canto, then 10th canto revealed to us. It's not like just read 9th canto and enter. We can do that also in a sequential reading, which is good. We should do it. But doesn't mean that a person who complete reading 9th canto, they will understand 10th canto. Who are who is adhikari to understand 10th canto? The adhikari to understand 10th canto is given in a first 9th canto. Srila Prabhupada mentioned that those who follow in their life first 9 canto, practice first 9 canto in their life, they are adhikari, where 10th canto can reveal to them something. Now, if you see this particular statement of Srila Prabhupada, and if I see myself, I don't think so I can ever understand 10th canto in this life. I can read it, I may read it. We can listen, we can read, but following 9th canto, all 9 canto in our practical life, for me to speak Bhagavatam on this topic is very easy. We all know that when certain situations come in our life, following it is like a walking on a sword. So at first place, why all these incidents start? In second canto, we know that this incident start because Lord Shiva didn't give respect to Daksha. He didn't stand up from his sitting posture basically, and that's when the whole issue basically start. Now I think fifth or sixth canto, if you see, when Daksha offer Hans Guhya prayer, I think sixth canto, sixth or fifth, sixth canto, right? Yeah. So he offer Hans Guhya prayer. There, I guess Srimad Bhagavatam mention why he offer that prayer. Why he offer that prayer?
So that he can become purified to make good progeny.
Good progeny, right? What Srila Prabhupada mentioned. That's why actually it's very important to carefully understand Prabhupada's words. Srila Prabhupada mentioned the reason he did Hans Guhya prayer because he was very attached with the sex life. You can read the introduction of sixth canto. Srila Prabhupada mentioned there. So basically, he performed devotional service with some hidden agenda in his mind. And despite of Vishnu himself present him in front of him, he didn't fully get purified. Why? Because his devotion was motivated by sex desire. This is very significant point in a life of sadhak. When one's devotional service has some hidden agenda, even though Swayam Vishnu come in front of us, there is all chance person will not get purified. So sixth canto explain that despite of Vishnu present in front of him, he offered Hans Guhya prayer. He was motivated by sex desire. And that's why if you see the first thing what Vishnu did Vishnu give him warranty or guarantee that you will come back to Godhead or I'll give you pure devotion? No. The first thing Vishnu did is Vishnu gave one apsara to him to fulfill his desire. Because as a Paramatma, he know what's going on in the heart of all sadhak. Right? And Bhagwan, of course, well-wisher and full free independence he gives, so he fulfilled the desire. So first thing, he didn't give blessings. He didn't say that may you get pure devotional service. He just fulfilled Daksha's desire, which was to get a very beautiful woman. And even more, Srila Prabhupada mentioned that the Apsara given by Vishnu to Daksha was completely capable to fulfill the sex desire of Daksha. When I was reading this thing, says, wow, think about it. A person make Vishnu appear in front of him, meaning do you think that person will be or should be ordinary person? At least not like me, for sure I can say that. A person who make Vishnu appear in front of him, meaning he is not ordinary. One thing, make it a note. Having Vishnu appear still have a sex desire require another type of ability. Another type of strength it requires to still continue sex desire despite of saying Vishnu. Definitely this is Krishna's arrangement, but this teach us a very important lesson to learn in a life of sadhak. And that is when we perform devotional service, we should make sure that our devotional service is not covered by some hidden agendas in our mind. If that happen, people may glorify us, people may garland us, community may know us as a very nice devotee. But Paramatma, Vishnu, Guru, they know our caliber. It will simply increase the cycle of birth and death. When Daksha did that, right? Who is the loser here? Vishnu, Guru, who is the loser? Sadhak, right? If we cheat the process, who lose? We as a sadhak, we lose, right? Now, what is the loss? What is the loss of a sadhak? When we have some hidden agenda in our devotional service, and when we perform with that, basically when we try to cheat Krishna or try to cheat Guru, what loss we have? What max loss we can think of? One is continuation of birth and death, cycle of birth and death. What is more than that? What is more than that?
Another opportunity.
Another
Another opportunity
another opportunity to.
to become purified.
But who wants to come back again to get another opportunity? Yes.
We may lose the mercy.
May lose the mercy. Yes, true, definitely. Definitely, definitely, without doubt. Without doubt, yes. Any other, what is the biggest loss? Chalo, birth and now I agree with Prabhu, Krishna Kumar Prabhu, that another opportunity. May come in some aristocratic family or Brahman family, another opportunity. But there is one biggest loss, that despite of that opportunity,
Use the opportunity to
okay, perform devotional service or proceed further. But if we come again as a human, then account start from, let's say, 50%, then another opportunity only, right? That okay. But still there is one greater loss if a sadhak try to cheat in the process. And that loss cannot be compensated by so many birth also. That loss is mentioned by Rupa Goswami. What is that loss? That loss is a sadhak who has some hidden agenda when performing devotional service will not experience further stages of devotional life. And that cannot be compensated by many birth. Meaning if we die at unearth, next life unearth, third life unearth, वहां पे ही रहेंगे, आगे बढ़ेंगे ही नहीं. So if we try to cheat with some hidden agenda in our heart in devotional service, the biggest loss, more than birth and death, is we will not proceed in a further stages of life. And this cannot be compensated by any birth. Because every birth, if we are careless, then will remain there only. I forgot a verse actually. I think it's mentioned in Pancharatra, Narad Pancharatra. You might have heard it. Srotaya Simha, na Srotavya Simha, Nisadah na Vyagra. I forgot the verse. The meaning of the verse is basically a sleeping lion will not get a deer enter in his mouth. He has to, even though he is a king of the jungle, he has to endeavor for it. Same way, a sleeping sadhak will not get their prayojan until and unless they ruthlessly and very in a struggleful manner endeavor for their destination. So it is not like that we sometimes heard that remain in the process. That is good thing. But simply remaining in the process will not assure the destination. We have to endeavor for that. We have to endeavor. Otherwise, in a passive mode, we spend so many years and birth in this process. There is no guarantee that simply spending in the process will get the destination. And we have to remember one very important thing. Going back to Godhead is not our destination. Going back to Godhead is not our destination. Getting Krishna Prem is our destination. Going back to Godhead is a secondary goal followed by it. Say, for example, when you ignite fire for cooking, your primary goal is cooking. But just because you come in a contact with fire, two extra things you will get light and heat, which you don't want. That's why not you ignite the fire. But just because you ignite the fire for cooking, these two things will follow. In Hindi, it's called anusangik phal. Anusangik phal. Anu meaning पीछे पीछे, संगिक meaning attachment, connection. ऐसा फल जो उसके पीछे पीछे चले, even though we don't want. So going back to Godhead is a anusangik. When we understand abhideya and prayojan tattva, prayojan is Krishna prem, and abhideya meaning what is abhideya tattva? Devotional service, sadhana, right? So sadhana is a abhideya tattva and prayojan is Krishna prem. So our destination, our goal of devotional service is Krishna prem. But anusangik phal of that prayojan tattva is back to Godhead. So it is not necessary that you have to go back to Godhead. Person can get here also. I think yesterday I was reading Srila Prabhupada mentioned quoting one Puran. He said, in this life, I think first chapter of third canto, in a case of Vidurji, in one of the purports, Srila Prabhupada mentioned that in this life, you can have a darshan of Krishna. You doesn't have to go back to Godhead for that. In this body, in this material body. Definitely person gets spiritualized and have their Nitya Siddha they revealed. But doesn't that person has to give up the body to see Vishnu? So going back to Godhead is not our goal. If that is our goal, then by hook or crook we can achieve that. But the goal we have is not possible to achieve by hook or crook, which is Krishna prem. So the biggest thing this chapter, this particular verse or coming verses and previous chapters explain is the biggest problem with Daksha was he was separatist. He was having, I'm not offending him, I'm even having hesitance to speak like this. I'm speaking for the sake of speech. They all are definitely sons of Brahma. They are way much more better than me. I have no adhikar, nothing to say on it, but I have to speak as a matter of speech. That the biggest problem with Daksha, he was having agenda in his mind while performing devotional service. And that's why what happened. Now, if you see the sequence, he took birth. Then the first thing he did is he offered Hansaguhya prayer. Vishnu appeared, meaning in the initial stage of his life only he get Vishnu Sakshatkar. He performed devotional service. Vishnu Sakshatkar. After Bhagavatam says he commit offense to Narad Muni. Vishnu appeared, then he commit Vaishnava Aparadha. Okay. This is second. And third sequence is this. Even though it is mentioned first in Bhagavatam sequence standpoint, Hans Guhya prayer happened first. Then he commit Narad Muni's offense second. Then he commit Lord Shiva's offense. Now this also has an important understanding that when he commit offense to Narad Muni, his head should chop by then and there. Why should wait for second opportunity to commit offense? Vaishnavina Metha Sambhu, Lord Shiva is also great Vaishnava, though Narad Muni thodi kam hai. He is a figure of spiritual master for our parampara and for any parampara actually. Then why his head remain there and chopped off after he commit? Why the destiny give him an opportunity that go okay you perform second aparadha also then we'll see. Narad Muni represent Guru Tattva and Lord Shiva represent Bhagavat Tattva. If we commit offense to Vaishnav, that Vaishnav will not harm us, tolerate, or Bhagavan will not tolerate. So to teach this lesson, when it's come to second turn Lord Shiva, he said, I should cut his head. To in a hidden way teach this message that if we offend Vaishnav may tolerate, but Bhagavan will not tolerate. Then when we see in a case of Amrish Maharaj. So this is another hidden message in that when he commit aparad to Narad Muni didn't say anything actually. In fact, this is the nature of Vaishnav. This just like Bahuli Karishna, Bahuli, magnify. The good who is Vaishnav? Vaishnav is a he who literally magnify very teeny tiny good qualities, magnify very in a big way. Just like we all have experience. Whenever we talk to Eagle Kisobroji, right? Sometimes I feel, Fuji, unnecessary making up for me now. Like going on. Few days back, I was talking with him, glorifying like, but this is the nature of Vaishnav, Bahuli Krishna. Little good things they see, they tell four people, they magnify it. Sadhavo, the word is used here. Dosan paresami gunesu sadhavo. Sadhavo. In his commentary, Sridhar Swami in his commentary mentioned that three type of person. One is a regular manushya, a regular person who find fault, just like in a category of Daksha, who find fault. Second is Mahan Purush. Mahan Purush meaning who doesn't find fault in a good qualities of person, but still find fault in a things which is faulty. And third person is a sadhu who never find fault in any, whether good or bad. So in these three type of personalities, our journey, the journey we embark, is journey to enter into. And these three person we can map it with Kanishta Adhikari, Madhyam Adhikari, and Uttam Adhikari. That's why for Madhyam Adhikari, Rupa Goswami used the word Mahabhagyavan. There Sridhar Swami says Mahan Purush, Mahan Purush. So Mahan Purush, Mahabhagyavan or Madhyam Adhikari is the one who never find fault in a good qualities of others, but certainly find faults in a bad qualities. So many sadhaks fall in this category. But who is Uttam Adhikari? Who is Sadhu? Sadhu is a he who never find faults in anyone. Narad Muni is in that category. When he cursed Narad Muni, he accepted it. Now, another third important things coming up in a mind. Why Daksha cursed Narad Muni? Now, this is very, very important. Forget everything we discuss. If you remember this as a takeaway point, at least may I remember this rest of my life. Then our discussion is successful. Why Daksha cursed Narad Muni? What was the hidden agenda in his mind? Like in order to curse a personality like Narad, you should have proper justification in your mind. Nah, that why I'm doing this thing. Generally, we see as a soul, as a conditioning soul. Now we always have tendency to rationalize. Even though we do something wrong, we have very strong justification in our mind that this, hence I did this thing. So even though it is wrong, we justify, isn't it? This is husband and wife episode. So all those husband and wife sitting here, we all know when we have quarrels with each other, when we have some ups and downs in family, we always justify it. Why? Because we have strong reasoning rooted with Tama and Rajo, that we think that what I do is only good, or what I'm doing is I can at least justify in a proper way. And more dangerous is if you know little bit Bhagavatam, you can connect verses also with them, which is even more dangerous, where we are using Srimad Bhagavatam for our service. That is really more dangerous, where we do something wrong, we strongly justify it, and that too based on Shastra. Now, one thing we should remember in this behavior, this is what Daksha did. Bhagavatam is not different from Krishna. Shastra is Bhagwan's Vangmay Swarup. Right? Now, because of its Vangmay Swarup of Bhagwan, Shastra has the same qualification of Bhagwan. What is Bhagwan's qualification? Eyatham mam prapadyate tam statheva pajamyam. Shastra has the same qualification or quality basically. What qualities? The way you approach Bhagavatam, Bhagavatam will reveal to you accordingly. If you approach Bhagavatam with Rajo and Tamo and our presupposition, I guarantee you, you will find such type of references, you will convinced that yeah, this is true. This is called cheating. This is what Shastra do. If we are not careful, just like Bhagwan, Shastra cheat us. And we convinced and we quote also to others. Here is my understanding. This is the reference from Bhagavatam or Bhagavad Gita. But very oftenly, we never realize that we are already cheated by Bhagavatam. We are already cheated by. And one devotee was sharing with me, he said, whenever we read Bhagavatam, what should be our mood? Our mood should be that we should pray to Bhagavat Ji that please don't cheat me. Reveal as it is your Swarup. And that's why when we approach Bhagavatam, we should not have any agenda in our mind. Just like Daksha. Otherwise, Bhagavat will cheat us. Whole life we will think that I am following Bhagavatam. I know Bhagavatam. But when the result comes, Srila Prabhupada said, in a third sloka of 8th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. He said this thing, that what is the conclusion of our life? Death is the conclusion of our life. How a person die, we can conclude accordingly their life. If you want to see, if you want to study someone's whole life, find out how they die. That will tell you everything. So the conclusion is death. So if we cheat Bhagavatam, that will be my Gurudev used to say this. If we try to cheat Bhagavatam, if we try to cheat the process, death is going to be very painful. And we all as a sadhak, we should always remember that our goal in devotional service is one thing. When our time comes to leave this world, just like Pitama Bhishma pray, Krishna should come in front of us, or very pure exalted devotee come in front of us. If not visibly, directly, invisibly. But we should have darshan. We should have darshan. This prayer, as a sadhak, we should always pray. We should always pray to one prayer. If possible, it is good to introduce in our sadhana life. One prayer. We should always pray to Krishna that, my Lord, when my time come to leave this world, the way you come for Bhishma, please come for me also. Although I am not like Bhishma, I am not qualified. But nothing wrong to pray to Lord. What a wonderful prayers Pitama Bhishma is putting. Sadeva Devo. Please repeat after me. Sadeva Devo. Very lovingly repeat. Let Gopijan love listen our prayer. Sadeva Devo. Bhagavan Pratikshata Kalevaram Ya Vadidam Hinomi Aham Vadidam Hinomi Aham Sadeva Devo Bhagavan Pratikshata. हे भगवान मेरी प्रतीक्षता, you please प्रतीक्षा, you please wait for me. Kalevaram yavat, this kalevar, this body, vadidam hinomi aham. When I give up this kalevar, you pratikshatam, you please stand there. What a beautiful prayer what a beautiful thing he's asking to Krishna. Again, Sadeva Devo Bhagavan Pratikshata Kalevaram Yavadidam Hinomi Aham Varam Yavadidam Hinomi Aham. What was the third line? Kalevaram Yavadidam Hinomi Aham. Prasannahasa Arunolochanullasa Prasannahasa Arunalochanullasa Mukhambujam Dhyanapathas Chaturbuja Mukhambujam Dhyanapathas Chatur. Actually, can we first canto, chapter 9, text number 32, I guess. 32 or 33. It is very important. This is, forget everything what a foolish tongue of mind speak. This is a takeaway point. If we learn this thing, we are learning a greatest lesson from Daksha. 1, 9, 32. Try 32, Prabhu. 32 or 33. I need to look at it. Come down, yeah. A little bit and then, see 30, 32. By pure no, I think up. This must no. Stuti already started. It is before Stuti. So I think 28, 29. Go down a little bit. Let's see. My Lord with 400 is so beautiful decorated. Away, yeah, 24. Yes. Let's sing one line, okay? We can open Sanskrit also, please, together both. Sanskrit and English both on a screen. Sloka. Sorry, Prabhu, yeah. सदेव देवो भगवान् प्रतीक्षताम् कलेवरं यावदिदं हिनोमि अहम्. We'll bisect little bit so you can lovingly sing this thing. This is Bhagavatam class actually. This is original Bhagavatam class. Let's little bit bisect so that we lovingly try to sing these words. Sadeva Devo. Sa. Wo. Just like we point na ye. This Syam Kishore Prabhuji. It's like sa. Wo. So I'm trying to explain it in a Hindi way. It's not necessary one to one. We can map it with Prabhupada translation. Sadeva Devo. He is addressing Bhagwan. आप कौन हो? देव देवो. आप देवों के भी देव हो. Meaning you are a supreme. Meaning nobody can cross your authority. Meaning if I put something in front of you and if you approve, no one can deny that. There are so many meanings. That's why instead of not using Krishna, Vishnu, why Deva Devo? Every word has a meaning. He's telling that you are Deva Deva, meaning if you sanction something, nobody can revoke it. Meaning, even though you am a sinnest number one, if you sanction that you are coming back to Godhead, done. No Deva exists who can deny that. No Deva exists who can cross that. So he says, Sadeva Devo Bhagavan Pratikshatam. Oh Bhagavan Pratikshatam. He's ordering. And if you see actually in Mahabharata, people generally order. Arjun order, Pitama Bhishma order. So they order. And Krishna lovingly accept devotees order. भगवान अपने भक्तों को बहुत प्रेम करते हैं. This is the biggest qualities of, among so many qualities, the biggest quality of Krishna is भगवान अपने भक्तों को बहुत प्रेम करते हैं. वो सह नहीं सकते कोई अपने भक्त का अपराध करे. If somebody commit offense towards his devotee, he cannot tolerate. He tolerate everything. If you want to become Bhagwan, he'll make you Bhagwan like him. Whatever you want, he'll give you. He cannot tolerate if he commit अपराध to his devotee. भगवान अपने भक्तों को बहुत प्रेम करते हैं. बहुत. This foolish tongue has no ability to describe this intensity. How much Krishna love his devotee. He sacrificed everything. He sacrificed everything for his devotee. और यही भगवान का स्वभाव है ना. Why we should, if somebody asks you a question, I have a question. If somebody asks you a question that, hey, why you are becoming Krishna devotee? Or why you want to become Krishna devotee? What answer you can give? I want to go back to Godhead. One answer, open answer. I want to purify myself. What is mature answer? The reason I want to become his devotee is because मैंने सुना है साधु गुरु के मुख से कि भगवान अपने भक्तों को बहुत प्रेम करते हैं. Meaning, if I will enter into that camp, मुझे भी वैसा प्रेम करेंगे. This is reciprocation. So he says, Sadeva Devo Bhagwan Pratikshata. You please Pratikshata. You please stand here, Bhagwan. Okay. After standing, what you want? If let's say Krishna asked this question to Pitama Bhishma. Then he said, Kalevaram. Kalevar meaning body, material body. Kalevaram Yavad Idam. This Hinomi Aham. Hinomi Aham meaning to give up. Until I not give up this Kalevar, you stand. Okay. And then if I stand in front of you while you are giving up your body, what you want to do? He said, Prasanna Hasha Aruna Lochana Ullasa. This is Krishna's identity. Prasanna, who is Krishna? Prasanna Hasha Aruna Lochana Ullasa. Ullasa meaning very happy. Aruna. Aruna meaning? Aruna meaning? Yes. Charioteer of a sun god. So before Brahma Murat, what we have? Before Suryodaya, what we have? Arunodaya. So before sun god come, who come? Arun. So when Arunodaya come, it is proof that now sun god will come at any time. So Bhagwan kaise hai? When you see the clouds during the Arunodaya time, what is the color of cloud during Arunodaya? Reddish orange. So Bhagwan का मुख कैसा है? अरुण लोचन उल्लस. जिनकी आंख अरुण जैसी है, ऐसा लगता है कि ब्लू है कि अरुण है, पता नहीं चलता. इज मिक्स only blue, only Arun, or mix of blue or Arun. It's difficult to find out. Very beautiful, good looking. Ullasa, very happy, always smile. He was in a pain, but Krishna was smiling. So such a smiling person, you stand in front of me. Okay, if that happened, what will happen? Mukha ambuja dhyana pathas chaturbuja. This is very nice. Now this is you imagine in your mind. This is Krishna. This is Pitama Bhishma sleeping. Okay, between Krishna and Pitama Bhishma, we have a space. Okay, like a space between me and Prabhuji, we have a space. So what Pitama Bhishma says? Ambuj Kamlaks Nayan, O Kamalalocan Bhagwan, your face is so beautiful. You stand in front of me, and then what I want to do? Dhyana Pathaha Chaturbhuja. O Chaturbhuj Bhagwan, Dhyana Pathaha. Let my meditation, let my mind step out from my body and walk between this space to reach to you. This is the meaning. So you stand in front of me. I want to drink your beauty, but how? Dhyana. I want to meditate, but how? Let my mind walk on the space between you and me have, and let walk towards you. You stand like that. And while you stand, I want to give up my body during that time period. This is the prayer we should every day do to Krishna. I am papi, I am sinful number one, I am this, I am that, I am materially conditioned. और कौन नहीं है? You know anybody in this world who is not covered by three modes of material nature, Maya or anything? It's a common thing. Nothing harm to pray. We should always pray to Krishna that when my time come to this world, please stand in front of me. Now let's sing. Okay, with this understanding, let's sing. Want to lead, bro? I try. Please.
Sadeva Devo Bhagavan Pratikshata.
सदेव देवो भगवान् प्रतीक्षता
Yavadidam hinomyam.
कलेवरं यावदिदं हिनोम्यहम्
Prasannahasa Nalochano.
प्रसन्नलोचन उल्लस प्रसन्नहासारुणलोचन उल्लस भुजो ध्यान in Sanskrit language, the meter itself fit actually. When we properly, little bit grammatically try to, just like if you have dirgha rasai, then dirgha meaning you have to prolong the word. When you prolong it, it naturally fit into the meter. So just like Sadeva Devo Bhagavan. Now na usko खींचना है. Bhagavan. By the time when you do, you prepare for the next word. Pratikshatam, like that. Then the third line sounds like a little bit tricky, but Prasannahasa. Sa, you see, Arunalochanullasa. Now when you hear dash, then the first immediate word of our next line is connected to that. So Lochan Ullasan. Na is connected with sa. That's why we have a dash there. Sun. So when we pronounce Prasannahasa Arunalochanullasan, and then we start from ma. Mukhambujo dhyana pathas chaturbuja. Let's sing together. So please sing very lovingly. Gopijan Vallabh is listening us, and we are putting this petition to them that I I'm talking to myself. I am a biggest pretender that ever you know in this world, my Lord. But whether I am a bad or good, I am yours. I belongs to you. Now a son, if son wants to go to mother, this is actually I want to speak in Hindi. बेटे को अपनी माँ के पास जाने के लिए कोई मंत्र नहीं पढ़ना पड़ता, कोई शास्त्र का अध्ययन करना नहीं पड़ता, वो बैठ के रोएगा, माँ आ जाएगी. Isn't it? And that doesn't mean I'm telling don't chant anything, okay? But the point is that this sambandha with Krishna, until we not establish this sambandha with Krishna, I'm rooting it back this discussion. Until we not, why I say this thing, why I bring this thing, why I'm talking all this, will root it back. Until we not establish this sambandha with Krishna, the pretension in our devotional service will not leave us, no matter what we do. No matter what we do. We may think that we'll do lot of chanting, good, lot of reading, good. We may give Bhagavatam class, good. We do so many services, good. I'm coming to service also. We do so many services, good. Until and unless we have a relationship, a blood relationship with Krishna, this pretentious behavior, which is our swabhav since time immemorial, will not leave us. And if it will not leave us, anytime we'll become Daksha. However, where we become careful or we are careful, anytime we'll become Daksha. But a person who is saying Vishnu, after he can offend two great devotee, मुझे तो विष्णु का दर्शन भी नहीं हुआ है. This loving relationship with Krishna in our devotional service every day when we chant is very, very necessary. Otherwise, very easily process will become mechanical. And mechanical process meaning a process with hidden agenda. I may not speak to you. Somebody may have some impression that I am a nice devotee or whatever. But you come and stay with me at home, at my home. You'll probably refer your own opinion that okay, live it. So until and unless we have this loving relation with Krishna, this behavior will not go. And we think that I'll do devotional service, whole day I'll fill my day with devotional service. Good thing. That will not live it. Another thing. Let's do this on this topic comparison. If somebody thinks that I'll do a lot of devotional service and whole day, which is good thing, I'm not telling wrong. This is what we should do. But if somebody think that I'll do it and I'll get rid of my pretension, it's not going to happen. Yeah? Because Daksha already entertained that. How? Another example between these two personalities, Lord Shiva and Daksha and Lord Shiva. Brahma asked both of them to do service. What service? What service Brahma asked to both of them? Common service. Progeny. Lord Shiva ने क्या किया? He creates such a progeny. ब्रह्मा से बाबा भी रहने दो, आपका काम की चीज है. Daksha, being a Daksha, perfectly follow instruction of his guru. He did a wonderful service. Now if you judge our service for nature, he did perfect service. Lord Shiva's service was rejected in Bhagavatam because he just created ghosts and many people. So if somebody do more service, doesn't mean that. That doesn't mean that. If that is the case, then Daksha is greater than Lord Shiva. You always remember. That doesn't mean you should not do service. But if somebody thinks that I'm conquered by my service, we all as a sadhak we have experienced that sometimes when we do more service it increases our ahankar. But we are not getting what we're supposed to do. We do more chanting, it increases our ahankar. 192 rounds, not 92 rounds marathon, right? We chant, which is good, we feel good. But then we know after that what happened with us, right? It's a natural when we do austerity, when we do something extra, it is natural. It is absolutely natural. We'll little bit puffed up. That doesn't mean we should not do it, because by continuously doing only we'll get the mercy. But if that is the only platform we think I'll get it, then look at Daksha. Daksha was following his instruction of his Guru Maharaj very perfectly. Whereas Lord Shiva baffled in following his guru's instruction. But we all know that who is great between these two people. So that's why I said that in order to drive away pretension in our devotional service, loving relation with Krishna is very much required. Now, how we establish relationship with somebody whom we never saw? भाई किसी को प्रेम करने के लिए पर्सन चाहिए ना. Here, definitely here. But the thing is, yes, exactly. We simple logic is if we don't have a place, say for example, if I ask you fall in love with this table, it's unnatural for me. In order to fall in love with someone, we need another living person, right? Yes or no? I never saw Krishna. Now somebody say deities are Krishna. Yes, but am I treating it like that? No. At least I am not. मुझे तो आज भी पत्थर ही लगते हैं based on my behavior in this hall. Deities are Swayam Bhagavan. But when did the deity talk with us? Last time. So we have to logically think about it. Definitely, when we hear, we'll fall in love. True, deities are Swayam Bhagavan. But नहीं हो रहा है ना. क्या काम बन रहा है हमारा? मेरा तो नहीं बन रहा है भाई. Openly I accept. Let me accept it. सब कुछ करके देख लिया, कुछ नहीं हुआ. कुछ नहीं हुआ. We need a living person to fall in love. How we can get that living person? Because Krishna तो मिलते नहीं है इतने easily, not easily. We fall in love with Krishna by falling in love with Guru. Very practical point. Everything is done through Guru with Krishna. If you want to see first chapter, Adi Leela, I think text number 47 or 48, Srila Prabhupada mentioned there. 47, 48, I need to look at it. Srila Prabhupada mentioned that a sadhak's relationship with his Siksha Guru is same as his relationship with Madhav. Meaning, after you see first time, whenever you will have Swayam Bhagavan Darshan in a future, the reciprocation you will experience the same reciprocation which you will experience with your Gurudev. So falling in love with God meaning falling in love with Gurudev first. Everything happen first with Guru, then Krishna. Say for example, Guru come first in our life, then Krishna come. We serve Guru first, then an opportunity to serve Krishna in his pastime open up after. We please Guru first, then we please Krishna. We offend Guru first, then we offend Krishna. Guru reject us first, then Krishna reject us. And if somebody forcefully try to entertain Krishna before Guru, they will end up with simply agony and disturbance in their life. I'll quote this and then we'll stop here. Tomorrow is Balram Purnima. I'll quote it with this Guru Tattva and then I'll stop it. Who suffer externally? Who suffer more between Lord Ram and Krishna? Krishna? Yes, externally. Who? Lord Ram, right? Why? It has a reason with this discussion and the discussion we made in a context of that. The reason Lord Ram suffer more than Krishna is in a hidden way he is giving this message. If somebody try to bring the Lord first before Guru, they'll end up with suffering only. Lord Ram came before Lakshman in this world. And that's why he changed the sequence next time. He sent Guru first before Krishna come. That's why Krishna always remain in bliss because Guru come first in this world. But in a case of Lord Ramchandra, Lord Ram come first before Guru come. What this signify? This has a connection with Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. In Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Rup Goswami says that Shruti Smriti Purnado Pancharatram Vidhim Vina Ekantek Harir Bhaktir Utpatte Vakalpate. Very, I don't want to say, but very dangerous verse. What Rup Goswami says? Shruti, Smruti, Puranadi, Pancharatram Vidhim Vina. Pancharatra, Shastra Vidhi, following Guru, Shastra, Vaishnava, all these things. Vina, without that, if somebody Hari Bhakti, not demigod worship, Krishna Bhakti meaning followed by his chanting and his name and all these things, right? Hari Bhakti, if somebody do Hari Bhakti without this thing, Utpatte Vakalpate, they are disturbance in society. Now somebody asks Rupa, अरे अरे आप ऐसे कैसे बोल सकते हो? Bhagavatam says, what Bhagavatam says about Harinam? Think sixth canto. What Bhagavatam says about Harinam? Jokingly when you chant his name, in a hasyaspad if you chant his name, whatever, asesa agaharam vidu. Your aga, haram, asesa. So many pap you have will be harante, will be destroyed. Such is the power of name. Now here Rup Goswami says, forget about name. If you perform bhakti, that is disturbance in society. How can you say that if somebody asks this question to Rup Goswami? So Rup Goswami justified that if somebody try to perform bhakti without Guru, even though it is Krishna bhakti, it is disturbance. That person will only end up with suffering. And this signifying the past time. When Lord Ram tried to come before Guru come, he end up suffering. So he signifies that Bhagavan suffer in the hand of those sadhak who whimsically do bhakti. So many in this world, even today, they offer non-veg to Krishna. Can we count that as a bhakti? Acha, very lovingly they are offering fish to Krishna, putting tulsi on it. Can we count that as bhakti? Of course, no. Even though genuine love, then also Bhagavan suffer without Guru. And that's why everything happen in our life first Guru. And that's why if you see in this purport, I'm repeating the statement of Prabhupada. What Prabhupada says. In other words, a Dvija is not an ordinary man, but one who has studied the Vedic literature from a spiritual master. In a hidden way, Srila Prabhupada is indicating towards Guru in this purport. And if you don't want to follow the path of Daksha, if you want to make sure that what happened with Daksha not happen with me, if you want to drive away that pretentious tendency from the heart of a sadhak, then the shelter is Guru. Actually, shelter is to having loving relationship with Krishna, but that will be done through Guru in this world, because Krishna is not easily available. What is this verse people think? ग्रंथेर आरंभे करी मंगलाचरण गुरु वैष्णव भगवान तीनेर स्मरण तीनेर स्मरण हय विघ्न विनाश तीनेर स्मरणाय वांछित पुराण. Before writing Chaitanya Charitamrita, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, think text number 2021 Adi Lila, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is writing of this Granthero Arambhe Kari Mangalacharan. I want to do Mangalacharan before I start my Granth. तो क्या आपका मंगलाचरण क्या है? Guru Vaishnava Bhagavan Tinera Smaran. This is my Mangalacharan. Now first he put, this sequence is also very important. Guru, Vaishnava and then Bhagavan. Nobody can establish their sambandh with Bhagavan before going through channel of Guru and Sadhu. So now all together, if I conclude all the discussion, we discuss that why Daksha acted based on how he did and what he did. Because despite of performing bhakti, he has pretension in his heart. That's why he end up with calamities and problem up to the end that his body, parts of his body is ripped up. So one thing that, because he is having pretension. Second, we discuss how we can remove pretension. In that discussion, we discuss The only way to remove pretension in one's bhakti is having a loving relation with Krishna, having some sambandha with Krishna. Third, we discuss how we can have a sambandha with Krishna. There we introduce Guru. There we introduce Guru Tattva, that how by establishing relationship with Guru we can have a relationship with Krishna. And when we are fortunate and blessed enough by Guru and Sadhu, then we can expect perfection of our life and of this birth. Otherwise, by cheating propensity, it will simply extend our cycle of birth and death, which is not good for any sadhak. It is considered as an amangal of a sadhak. So we should pray, and that's why Bhaktivinoda Thakur, is that bhajan, एकाकी नाही अमर बल, भक्तिनोद ठाकुर और नरोत्तम दास ठाकुर, भक्तिनोद ठाकुर, right? एकाकी नाही अमर बल, हरि नाम संकीर्तन, कृपा कृपा तुम्ही कृपा किया, श्रद्धा बिंदु दी, कृपा करो श्रद्धा बिंदु दिया, देहो मोरे हरि नाम धन, something like that, right? What Bhaktivinoda Thakur is telling, that आप सब एकाकी नहीं अमर बल, I don't have strength on my own, तो आपको क्या चाहिए? He said, आप सब वैष्णव एक साथ मिलके मेरे ऊपर कृपा करो. Not only Vaishnav, all the living entities. We should not find faults in anyone. That's what particularly this verse is talking about. We should try to at least, and this opportunity is given to us if you are working in your office environment, let's say. Every day we should give this task to ourselves before we leave our home. That today I will try to see Vaishnavata in a colleagues or in my teammates. Very challenging task. We should give this task to ourselves every day. That whomever today I meet till I go to the bed, I will treat them as a Vaishnava. I will try to see Krishna in them. We should never try to, never, even though apparently somebody do something wrong, we should never speak about it. I think Vivekeswar Prabhu is very strict and very firm. Many in his many lecture, if we take him as a leader of our community, then the reflection of our leader of our community is very clear. Do you want to hear? No, I don't want to hear. Why? I can't solve, then why I should hear? That's what he keeps saying about it, right? Have you heard? No, I don't want to hear. Why? This one particular quality of fault finding or saying something bad will, putting water on a fire. If we ignite little bit Krishna conscious fire in our heart, and especially husband wife, we have to become very careful, very careful. Any spouse, husband or wife, anybody, if one person is external or a little bit now more social or whatever, second person has to be careful between husband and wife, because it's a natural. Hey, tumne suna? And then start from there. Hey, have you heard this? And then start from there. Why should we listen about somebody whom we has nothing to do? Our business is our capital investment is our own sadhana. Let's focus in our sadhana. I'm struggling in my own sadhana. Why should I worry about what happened even in community devotee? Why should I worry? I should only worry if I accept somebody as my sishya. Till that I should not be worried. And if you don't have faith on this word, please check 17.15. Bhagavad Gita 17.15. There Srila Prabhupada write this, that if you are not happen to be someone's teacher, you should not open up your mouth. He said like that. Even though that person be a Vaishnava. That they call mind your own business. They called it like that. This is very nice nature in one's devotional service. We should worry about our own devotional service. This is not selfishness. If somebody claim, "Are you are becoming selfish, give shelter to someone else," अरे हम कौन होते हैं किसी को shelter देने वाले? We can only put this exception if Guru explicitly asks us to do. Then it's okay. Then Guru protect us. But if Guru never asks us to do so, we should not hold the ball in our hand. Because अरे दक्षा भाई, after seeing Vishnu, उनकी ये दशा हो सकती है, तो what a ordinary sadhak like me can expect. How much careful we should be. So this verse and this chapter, the whole chapter and previous two chapters, lot of instructions are embedded and hidden for all the sadhak who wants to go back to Krishna or who wants to get their prayojan in this world. So with this, I will end here. I spoke all disconnected things. My I'm not in a good consciousness, but I just spoke because I have to speak something. If I have spoken anything, that's why in the beginning I said I didn't prepare anything. But why I spoke all these things? Because of the power of your devotion. This is the proof. This is the proof. I was having a phone conversation yesterday with Sam Prabhu. 9:30 I had a call. I said what I have to speak. Prabhuji said you can speak on this verse. So I'm not glorifying my own self, but I want to, on a practical point, I want to say that your devotional service is great. From the Bhagavatam, I prove it. I'm not speaking emotionally or whimsically. That because of your devotional service is great, it empowered me to speak. This is the proof. And that's why, Rohindam Prabhu, who is more important between speaker and audience? Audience is more important. So with this, if I have commit any offense, if I cause any disturbance by my statement to anyone's heart, I do apologize. I am not practiced as speaker. That's why you can expect all mistake from my side, whether it's grammatically or philosophically. As your servant, forgive me, and please do me one favor. Please pray for me also. I'm suffering. Let me be honest. In front of Prabhupada, in front of Gopijan Vallabh, I'm suffering in my bhakti. I'm trying. I'm not artificially becoming humble here. No, I'm trying. I'm trying my best, for sure. But I'm nowhere. It is simply increasing my ego. Please pray for me. And if you think that no, who I am to pray, don't worry about it. You just pray for me. Before you leave this hall, at least as a gratitude. If you like anything in this discussion as a gratitude, I'm begging. I'm begging. Please pray for me. And very selfishly, I'm begging, please pray for me. The reason I convinced to speak today is I thought that Prabhuji will be in the lecture, so at the end I'll beg something from him. I'm really begging. Please help me. I'm suffering. What? No, I want to give one last very blunt example and stop here to impress your mind on that. Please forgive me. I don't know how many kids are listening, but I have to speak this. This is reality of my own life. In a very Vedic culture society, a very respectable woman whose reputation is very spread in society as a chaste woman. Say for example, oh, this woman is very chaste. Whenever she talk to any man, she always look at the feet. अपना घूंघट उठा लेती है, put some chunni or whatever. So her reputation in a society, in a community is as very chaste lady. But she fall in love with some external man, which nobody knows except that lady. Now whole community has an impression that she is very chaste. Now whom she go and share her heart that what you are considering is not true. Now उसका भी बेचारे का प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. अभी प्रेम हो गया तो हो गया, नहीं छूट रहा है, क्या करें? His husband is very powerful, supremely powerful, but अभी वो पुरुष से उसकी मति हट नहीं रही है, वो क्या करे? बेचारी कहाँ जाए? जहां जाए सब लोग रिस्पेक्ट करते, चेस्ट वुमन. वो किसको बोले रियलिटी अपनी? बोल भी नहीं सकते सब जगह. That is my condition. That's what I have to say here. I'm not qualified because of this tilak, kurta or diksha, whatever you say. They ask me to speak here, but I'm not qualified. And I'm openly saying it. If you want to check with my wife, you can check. This is my own Bhagavad Katha, and you have to listen forcefully because I am the speaker of assembly today. Please pray for me. Let the pretension drive away from my heart. ये कब तक चलेगा ये? ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की, श्रील प्रभुपाद की, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय. Yeah, sure. If anyone wants to say anything or any question or any concern, please.
he prayed that for us. And even it was really, really good. So not come here, we are here. That was good. Thank you, sir.
Yes, bro.
Right, very nice class. So one question, all love guru. You mentioned that our main role is fall in love with Krishna, right? But then fall in love with Krishna, we have to love Guru first. And love Guru.
Anything for which do we have devotees online? So just to repeat a question, how to love Guru, how to fall in love with Guru. So if we see in a ladder of devotional service, Shraddha, Asakti, all the all the steps of ladder, Ruchi and Nishtha, which is Ruchi and Nishtha, and I think Asakti is after definitely. Anything in this world, if we want to fall in love with, or anything with which we want to attach, the Srila Prabhupada said the first and foremost thing to do is bring the regulation in life. It sounds like very disconnect, but it has very deeply rooted connection with it. Anything for which we want to cultivate a prem, or anything for which we want to attach with, or anything we want to, something we want to like it, or something we want to make that thing as our swabhav first. In order to make our swabhav first, we have to bring, Prabhupada says, a regulation in our life, because by regulation man can change the swabhav. So to attach with anything, first our swabhav should be imbibed accordingly, and to make our swabhav accordingly, we should bring the regulation. Now if we say how to fall in love with Guru, in order to fall love in Guru, we should have that appropriate swabhav towards Guru. And to create that appropriate swabhav towards Guru, we should have a regulation. What regulation? First regulation is we should every day hear Guru Vani. That is one thing. Maybe very basic thing. Guru never speak anything about Vrindavan. Guru never speak anything about any esoteric topics. Very basic thing. Sometimes Guru jokingly talk about news also. In room to room conversations lecture. I have many lectures of room to room conversation of my spiritual master. He talk about Chidambaram and finance ministry. What to do that with devotional service? We should have first faith in Guru. Faith in Guru Vani. And every day without fail, my day will not end if I not listen Guru. If we cultivate this attitude, when we listen especially Guru Vani every day, now Guru has a one unique relationship other than all other Vaishnava. Now all other Vaishnava, they are sadhu for us. But for a given disciple, Guru is his life, then sadhu. This attitude should be cultivated. And I'll quote also Praman from Shastra. Jiva Goswami in Bhakti Rasam, in his Bhakti Sandarbha, he quote this thing, that any sadhu, any pure devotee and guru, who should be first in our life? And for a reason, it's not like we are criticizing sadhu. For any given disciple, a guru should be always first than any other sadhu in life. If a disciple not put guru first, that disciple is a vyabhichari. And a vyabhichari woman has no respect in community. So I may listen so many sadhus lecture. I may associate so many sadhus with. I have so much rapport with so many great devotees. But if my relation is not grounded with my guru first, I am a vyabhichari sadhak. And a vyabhichari sadhak cannot expect perfection at the end of his life. So we should always first think to begin with, we should have regulation of listening Guru Vani first. And Guru has a very unique nature. What? For a given disciple, not for whole world. Same lecture of Guru, someone else listen and disciple listen. It has two different impact. Because Guru and relation, it's not a temporary relation. It's a relation since time immemorial. Our Guru is our Guru since time immemorial. And that's why in every birth, whenever we go, we have the same Guru. Same Guru. And that's why our relation with him is already rooted. So when we listen his Vani, simple, very simple thing, the havoc it will create in our heart is unmatchless, matchless. No sadhak can give that. No sadhu can give that. Due respect to all sadhus. That's why first thing is our Guru. When we have this attitude of having listening every day his Vani, then slowly, this is a matter of experience. We cannot philosophically speak. When we every day listen him, and especially after listening, very important, when we try to follow his instruction, what he speak, when we try to put in our practice, we will see some unknown energy or something is dragging us towards that direction. It will be natural, we'll fall in love with him. Natural. It is not any theory that I can speak or convince someone. It is a matter of experience. Just when we every day listen his Vani, we will see eventually a time will come, we'll follow his Vani. And when these two comes together, listening and following his Vani, come together in a significant amount of time, the sadhak will bridge in that relation with Guru. And Jiv Goswami mentioned this thing in Bhakti, I think Bhakti Sandarbha. In Bhakti Sandarbha, Jiv Goswami mentioned this thing between Guru and Vaishnav, how we should treat both. He said that, I forgot the verse, Guru, how to serve Guru basically. He said that, uh, yeah, very wonderful verse and very convincing, easy to understand in Hindi also. He said that we should only serve Vaishnav or should Vaishnav serve after getting instruction of Guru. But if any situation, if Guru Vani or Guru's instruction is affecting, we should give up that service. If we continue, then that is sense gratification. For any given sadhak, his or her first business is Guru Vani. And when we follow that, we realize we'll bring peace in the community. On the other side, apparently by my mental mind, I do let me please some Vaishnav. At the same time, I am not caring for instruction. I'll bring disturbance in society, one way or other, indirectly. I may think that by my understanding and logic, I'll settle down the score and things. No. That's why Jiv Goswami says that for a Vaishnav, his Guru is his first business. And my spiritual master always say this thing. You listen your father first. Once you complete listening your father, then please proceed to uncles. They are uncles and family members. But you first listen your father. So any son who not listen his father and go to listen uncles, he cannot expect peace in his life. Because his bondage is with father. That doesn't mean we are disrespectful to uncles. But this is very organic process. And without and this is no one can deny this thing. If we don't have relationship with Guru, we cannot have relationship with Krishna. If we don't fall in love with Guru, it is impossible to expect any someone with Krishna. Impossible. It is impossible. There is no example exist in Shastra anywhere, at least I read or heard anywhere, that somebody managed to get Krishna without Guru. And if it is appear that it is, then they will have Guru Kripa in previous life. But Guru Kripa, without Guru Kripa, nobody can entertain Krishna. Actually, Bhagavan apne aap ko, the spiritual path, the path of bhakti itself cannot open up in front of us without Guru Kripa. And that's why Madhya Lila chapter 15 says, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya said this thing, Bhatta kahe Guru Agya, yahi pradhan, Guru Agya na langaye Shastrira Praman. Bhatta kahe Guru Agya, yahi, Guru Agya is everything. Shastra kahe na langaye. We should not langaye, we should not cross his Agya. तो गुरु ने जो कहा है, and Guru give very simple instruction. Guru give based on disciples' ability. Based on disciples' ability, Guru give instruction. Guru not give instruction commonly to everyone. Guru never give me instruction that go and build a community. Because he know as a disciple what power I have. So Guru is, the instructions are also one-to-one mapping. It's very custom. It's not general. And general instructions are there, 16 down chanting and all these things. So when we follow Guru's instruction first, we'll bring all the peace in family, in community, in office, in everywhere. But if we not do that, we'll not do justice to anywhere. And because we don't have this thing, we'll not fall in love with Guru. And we not fall in love, we'll not fall in love with Krishna also. So Guru answer is Guru Agya. Answer is listening Guru Vani every day. And if I have to say, I know out of humility you ask this thing. Srila Radhanath Maharaj, the beauty of existing Guru today in ISKCON is we have coloring, printing, video, lectures, and very sound quality lectures. If I have to listen my Guru's lectures in 90s, itna, so many lectures are there, but you hardly listen properly because background noise is going on. So, technology इतनी नहीं थी जितनी आज है. The point is, so हमारे लिए तो if I talk about Srila Radhanath Maharaj, like महाराज यहाँ पे भी आए थे, and this is Maharaj deity. This is Maharaj deity. Definitely this is Maharaj deity. He वृंदावन से उठा के लेके आए गोपीजन लोग को फार्मिंगटन में, वो लाए हैं, वो ये उनका विग्रह है, ये उनका विग्रह है. अगर हमारा if I have to go in the altar, if my Guru Maharaj picture is not there, I take Srila Radhanath Maharaj picture here क्योंकि ये उनके विग्रह है. So those who are disciple of Srila Radhanath Maharaj, they are very, very, very fortunate. Very fortunate. गुरु आए, अपना विग्रह दिए, यहाँ पे भी आए, बहुत भाग्यशाली शिष्य है. सभी शिष्य को ये अपॉर्चुनिटी नहीं मिलती. And despite of getting this opportunity, if some disciple not do what they supposed to do, they are bringing their unfortunacy. Maharaj is very merciful. Maharaj is very merciful. He brings his deity. He is the one who, if according to my karma, I have to live in Farmington Hills. I am from Gujarat, in India. My birthplace is somewhere else. But my karma bring here. Whatever my grading is, desire, whatever, but my karma bring here, right? Now, according to my karma, I have to stay in Farmington Hills. If Maharaj would have not bring Gopijan love, or what would have happened with my devotional service? मैं कहाँ जाता? And Guru also put his very powerful representative with us as a leader of this community. So falling in love with Guru is must requirement in devotional service. उसके बिना कुछ भी कर लेना. See, I am right now doing philosophy. What is the use of this philosophy? Including myself will all forget this thing after one week, maximum 1 week. Maximum 1 week. That is my ability. I can impart you or impress you for 1 week only. इसके बाद मेरा power over. Guru is our life. So how to fall in love with Guru? Guru Vani and following his instruction. Very important. Whatever Guru said, we'll do it. Even though it appears impractical, we'll do it. We should close our eyes and blindly walk on Guru Agya. It will break unique magic in bhakti. It should be experienced. It should not be philosophically described. It should be experienced. And when we follow Guru Agya strictly, very simple, very simple. It brings unique magic in our spiritual life, which no one can give. No one can give. For my purification, I spoke this.
One question I wanted to ask you. So we have Shiksha Guru, multiple one Diksha Guru, multiple Shiksha Guru. What if there is a conflicting instruction then what is it?
Conflicting instruction.
Yeah. And we should follow.
So before I answer this thing, I'll settle a ground on this. As a sadhak, it is my responsibility to choose a guru properly first. Second thing, after choosing guru, let's say I choose Diksha Guru. It is the responsibility is on me to choose my Diksha Guru and my Diksha Guru. One thing. Now, if I am careless in my selection, I just select because I have to select, or sometimes we see I want to get initiated. Why? Why you want to get initiated? No, because I want to get initiated. It's a designation. Then such type of sadhak bound to end up with the disturbance in the bhakti. We have example of Bhakti Vinod Thakur. Bhakti Vinod Thakur, who is Bhakti Vinod Thakur? Diksha Guru. Vipin Vihari Goswami. He doesn't go along with him. His instruction was not aligning with the mood of Bhakti Vinod Thakur. Now Bhakti Vinod Thakur is a Nitya Siddha. But he put this example for so many Gaudiya future Vaishnava to come and refer and learn. So he didn't reject his guru. He didn't disrespect his guru. But he make a very respectful distance. And he lets himself with Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj as a Shiksha Guru. This is one example. We see in a case of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Second thing, that in any apparent case, if Diksha Guru or Shiksha Guru, whose instruction is according to Bhagavatam, that has to be seen. And we should follow that. If Shiksha Guru's instruction is according to Bhagavatam, I'm just giving a general example. And if Diksha Guru's instruction is not according to Shastra, then we go by Shiksha Guru, vice versa. So, instruction when we receive, and if instruction has differences, then we should see whose instruction is based on Shastra.
If both are with,
Then what is the contradiction?
just like for example, my guru just say, one guru will say that to build a temple, one guru will say no, sit and do bhajan, and I cannot do both. So my ability, I am thinking like that, but as I said, my with instruction comes ability to do. But I then like just giving general example, what is based on Shastra, but how should we follow new restrictions?
I cannot answer on a custom specific thing, but I can generally answer. If this is the case, one instruction is go and preach basically. And one, I'm just making it and you can correct me. One instruction is go and preach. And one instruction is do, you said bhajan, right? So what should I do? Right? What do you think? What should be done?
I know the answer actually. Like first we have to preach till we reach that level and then we do bhajan. That's what many devotees do say.
Hmm.
But I still like wanted to hear what.
Actually, I don't know. I don't want to sound very contradicting person here, but janama sarthak kari karo paropkar. So when we say preaching, preaching has lot of limbs actually. One preaching is this is preaching. I am speaking here. It appears that I'm instructing everyone, but I am not. I'm speaking because somebody asked me, authority said you sit and speak. Okay. So preaching has lot of limbs. In what mood we are speaking or preaching, that matters. And I'm coming on bhajan side of it. Now, if we are following Guru's instruction, if my Guru said go and preach, then I'm his instrument. In that situation, preaching itself is a bhajan. But my Guru never gave me instruction to go and preach. And still I entertain the idea because I like to become social. That's my nature, talking, where are you from in India? And that's my nature. Then I'm not following his instruction because I'm doing what I like to do. This is two different things. Preaching and bhajan, both are same thing. But for whom? Those who follow Guru Agya. Those who are not following it, for them, whatever they do doesn't matter. So now if Guru give two different instruction, one Guru says you preach, one Guru says you do bhajan. If that happen, we as a sadhak, we should see our heart is going where. And we should have a very open discussion with Guru. If that is the case. In general case, it never happen. I'll tell you why. Because if we are sincere, Krishna will never create a situation where they will offend Guru in contradicting situation. But if that happen, since they are Guru, they will understand. First of all, Guru never give whimsical instruction. That is to begin with, to end up into this situation is very rare. Why? I'll tell you why. And if it is appear that I end up into the situation we are not understanding from all the direction, Guru never give whimsical instruction. Guru give something to someone specifically, meaning that person has ability, or he empower that person with that ability. Guru never give like that. But if it appears that no, I'm having some contradiction, then we can have a discussion. Now coming to Shastra. Shastra now completely different than your question, bhajan and preaching. Shastra is very clear. His Grace Radheshyam Prabhu said this example he gave in one of his lecture. He said, when we travel in flight, if oxygen mask comes up, what is the instruction for us? Janam sarthak karo, then karo paropkar. That's what he literally said in his lecture. You first fear. Abhi, if we emotionally dilute ourselves, oh, my son is sitting next to me. How can I become like so selfish and not looking after others? And how can I not be so compassionate and try to give oxygen much possible? I'll not be remain alive to give oxygen. So when we say preaching, preaching itself has a definition of preaching. What is the spelling of preaching? Preach. Preach. P plus reach. By your practice, reach the people. That's called preaching. So preaching doesn't mean that we have to give big lectures. Person may not speak even anything. Then also he's preaching. How? By behavior. So preach meaning reach people by your practice. P plus reach. Preach. So there should not be any contradiction. And if at all there is, say for example, we should not remain in confusion. Doubt is Prabhupada says demon. We should clarify. We should go and talk to Shiksha Guru and Diksha Guru that this is I am feeling, my heart is inclined with this. And if they are pure devotee, they will immediately understand.
Yes, generally, anyway, the ISKCON Shiksha Guru says follower of Christ.
Yes.
So to
Yes.
clarify the confusion,
Yeah.
they just say
Yeah.
follower of Christ.
Yes.
We have a specific instruction just to follow the authority.
Yeah.
But sometimes in authority also there is other things. That's why I wanted to check.
I'll tell you one thing. I'll send you video link also. His Holiness Haladhar Maharaj, 10 minutes video on YouTube. Now you know how Maharaj speak, no? Maharaj is very blunt and very open. Somebody asked in Juhu, I think Juhu or somewhere, somebody asked him this question. It's in a Hindi lecture. Somebody says that sometimes in ISKCON, he openly said this thing, only he can speak. I can repeat and I'll send the video also. That somebody asked, Brahmachari asked him a question. That sometimes, Shiksha Guru, they help us to get initiation from Diksha Guru. And then at some point, Shiksha Guru itself become Diksha Guru. Abhi wo sab kuch, you do what I am telling. Basically, they become a wall in a progress of a sadhak. Because I give initiation, I bring you in this moment and whatnot. Surrounding that type of question he asked. So in that situation, what a sadhak can do? Very practical question, right? If somebody bring me in ISKCON, then I supposed to report to him, right? But if that person is not that serious, what will happen to me then? I cannot hang on myself with that person then, right? So this brahmachari asked him a question. Maharaj gave a very blunt and open answer. He said, first of all, whoever is preacher, you have heard it, yes, exactly, right? Whoever is a preacher, they should not become Prabhupada. Said like that. Whoever is a preacher, their job is to bring them to Prabhupada, and I'm done. And I can quote Bhagavad also. As a preacher, what should be our duty? When we preach somebody, we should not become a bottleneck. We should not become their authority. Unknowingly, just Prabhu say na kshetra, reduce a kshetra. Authority बनने में मजा नहीं है. If we are not in a sattva, it will bring disaster in our bhakti. So what we do? We bring people when we connect with Srila Prabhupada and we live. This is the best policy. But if we try to become their authority and take the responsibility, after doing many years, that sadhak will conclude that I waste my time. There we should not do philosophy that be compassionate, give the shelter. No. We are nobody to give shelter. That's what Maharaj said. What we do, we ask them read Prabhupada books. And you connect with Prabhupada. And our work is done. Now I'll quote Bhagavatam to convince you. Who exhibit this behavior in Bhagavatam? Who exhibit anything? Any example is coming who exhibit this behavior, who preach and live. I don't care.
Even Krishna said
This behavior is literally exhibited by Vishnu Duda in a case of Ajamil. When they deliver Ajamil, think about it. If somebody bring us in Krishna consciousness, how much grateful we should be. अजामिल कितने ग्रेटफुल होंगे कि यमराज से छुड़ा है, लिटरली यमराज से छुड़ा. तो when that incident happened, when Yamraj leave, Yamduta leave, immediately as a knee-jerk movement, Ajamil wants to glorify Vishnu Duta that you are a great. And Ajamil about to speak, Sukdev Goswami says, they disappear. Now somebody, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, अरे why disappear? 5 मिनट बेचारे को बोलने नहीं देते ना. From the heart क्या problem था? Why disappear? Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur mentioned that. Krishna give them instruction to follow certain instructions. They came, they did their part, they leave the place. Same three set of Vishnudut came after he completed his bhajan to take him back to Godhead. But not a single second they stand after preaching there. Because they don't want glorification. They don't want, sorry? Same Vishnudut who came first, same Vishnudut after he completed his bhajan for 15 years in Haridwar came to pick him up. And between this 15 years, not a single time they came and see, chalo check karo mera sisya kya kar raha hai.
They are not attached.
No counseling, no follow-up. I'm not telling that this is wrong thing. No counseling, no follow-up, nothing. They came, they fanned the Krishna consciousness in their heart and they live.
But that fan
Their-
was very strong, right?
Because of their purity.
Yeah.
And why? Why? Because they don't have any agenda in their heart. Otherwise, we are living in a movement and institute. If we, as a Vaishnava, if we not cultivate this attitude, we'll become slowly separatist. I'll go, I'll preach, I'll have my Bhakti Vriksha, and then those, they are mine. This is very dangerous. Very dangerous. Genuinely believe as a sadhak that I am really fallen is very rare to find. Very rare to find. सबको मुझे एटलीस्ट है कि मैं कुछ तो हो भाई अभी. Genuinely very difficult. That's why Vishnudut exhibit that if you preach, preach and live. Do not even stand and follow up कि क्या चल रहा है आपकी लाइफ में. आप जानो कृष्णा जा रहा मेरा कोई बिजनेस नहीं है इसमें. My work is to speak Bhagavatam and I'm done.
Same thing happened with Krishna, Dukhi, Das, Rupa Goswami.
Hmm.
He went there, then his name changed, then his spiritual master come and said to Rupa Goswami, why did you change his name? He said, no, I just gave him philosophy and I left.
Jiva Goswami,
Jiva Goswami.
Dukhi Krishna Das,
Dukhi Krishna, and then he said, Radha Rashika.
Samarand Pandit. Yes. So this behavior is consistent in our previous acharya. Nobody take the control of their fellow people. Even they feel burdened to take the control. That's why Loknath Goswami was not initiating Narottam Das Thakur. Otherwise, he is a Manjri, he is qualified. He can make whole world as a disciple. But why he didn't make disciple? He don't want to take the burden. Why? The biggest burden of Guru had to take he has to take whole disciple's life. He has to control, he has to instruct, make sure everything, and disciple will throw all the garbage on him. My financial situation is bad, I lose the job, Guru Maharaj, what should I do? Guru bhajan करेगा कि आपका खाता देखेगा. That's why in a old time, nobody wants to easily accept disciple. But Prabhupada, being a Jagat Guru, because he came for that purpose, Krishna sent him, he accepted. Otherwise, people are generally reluctant to accept fellow people because it's a big responsibility. The person who take responsibility not deliver, he will go first to hell. Because this person is serving. If I put my faith on you, if you in return cheat me, if I'm a sincere, what will happen? Today we talk about Ajamil. Have you ever discussed about what happened to that prostitute? Have you ever heard about that prostitute? Padma Puran says she will remain in hell for the rest of the eternity because she polluted one sadhu. We never talk about that prostitute or that man. Manu Samhita say that if we pollute some sadhu, Ajamil ka to ho gaya, that is his fault. But if we pollute some sadhu, Shastra says that uska to jo hoga hoga, lekin jo pollute kar raha hai na, usse zyada jayega. That's why sometimes the etiquette is when we walk on a public street, even husband wife, we should not hold each other's hand and behave certain way. We are husband wife in a private place, not public place. So if some brahmachari fall down because of our behavior, then brahmachari ka to hua jo hua, but mera kya hoga? So same way, if somebody take my shelter, that person serve me as a guru, and if I not deliver that person, what will happen to my soul? Who will think about it? Their philosophy will not work there. I'm selfishly preaching everyone, and that doesn't work like that. So we should preach, but not preach. This is unique thing. I repeat, we should preach, but not preach.
So preach by behavior.
Doesn't mean that now I'm going to not speak anything. But our inclination should be preach always by behavior. There nobody will come and take my shelter or anyone's shelter. Yes, I am not preacher, I am not speaker. That doesn't also mean that those who are speaker they are wrong. They are not. They are doing very nice service. They are spreading Bhagavatam to everyone. But this is how we should understand. So I give general answer of between bhajan and preaching, and the previous answer of if contradiction happen, then what a sadhak should do. But in a no situation, sadhak should compromise. Because on a sadhak, I am on my own. I am responsible for my spiritual life. I am responsible. This responsibility everyone has to take. First, I am responsible like that. Because if I'm not, I'll tell you why. If I'm not responsible, say for example, if I leave it on okay Krishna mercy or Guru mercy, so I'll not endeavor. And without endeavor, nobody get. But that is my responsibility, na. Whether I'm following or not, I'm saying general thing that I am responsible. Simple. I'm responsible for my spiritual life. Simple. So anything happen, I should be very careful, alert. If confusion happen, talk to authority. If contradiction happen, talk to Guru. That this is what I'm feeling. Help me. But I'm responsible at the end on my bhakti, on my own sadhana. That is has to be there.
There's a lot of, how to say that, contradictions do exist practically, right? Like there's a generic understanding which has come from Guru. I heard from my spiritual master as well, and with people who represent his views. Like it happened with me in one sense, right? Like, you're told that you have to take care of your kids' well-being. First, love them, support them, and then treat them. Right? It cannot go reverse. Right? But sometimes because the situation happens that we are not able to give time. And when we try to give time, in some instance we get condemned that you're not doing service, you're not attending, you miss the class. Like, it happened, literally happened. And I was put on the spot, right? Why you are not attending this class? Why you are planning to go out? You're not supposed to do. Right? And it was a very, very disturbing situation. Right? Because we're doing everything what we can, but in between if you try to do something for the family, then now this person is important for you, and I'm anyway doing everything, but some cases I couldn't because of my other responsibility. Now, in this case, it's almost impossible because if you do this, if you follow the person, who you appreciate and you listen, then you are whatever little chance that you have, the family you are again, making the distance, which is this service because that's it. And then if you don't do that, then you are creating, conflicts.
So what should?
Sometimes there is no win-win. It's always lose. I mean, that's how it's designed, right? This is small incidents, but these things keep happening, right? Should I do service or should I do focus on my relation building, chanting, and all of it? I mean, I understand chanting has to be done, but sometimes it just you have to do.
Yeah.
Definitely. Just goes. So the effect of that, no matter what decision you take, the effect of that lingers in your consciousness for days.
Yeah.
Still, I'm asking you.
So I heard something surrounding this that's why it is very important on a part of every devotee because we are practicing our devotional service in an institute, right? So just because now bhakti is a one-to-one process, we cannot institutionalize for a reason. In a history, if you see, Rup Goswami practice in which institute is bhakti? Gaudiya Vaishnavism. There were no institute in those days. Nobody practiced Bhakti Vinod Thakur. After Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj, to uplift the people of a fallen age, they institutionalized. Before that, there was no institute. Now, just because we are following our Bhakti in institute, one thing which all devotee in institute should be careful is they should not hold unnecessary position of authority. Meaning, if somebody is not my disciple, I should not speak anything to that person. At least instructive, I think I should not speak. Because Somebody is already connected with their authority. They are getting instruction from there, and they are doing their best. I should not poke there, because if that happen, if exactly, yes, and if that happen, then it will simply bring disturbance, because person follow A or B or C, or we cannot follow 1,000 people. One authority should be there, and we can only follow one authority. We can follow multiple authority. So if somebody already latch with one authority, and we should not disturb. And Krishna is supreme master. Sometimes we think that until I not manage. Now, when Srila Prabhupada opened movement, how many WhatsApp group he opened at that time? So the point is, I'm not criticizing anything, but the point is that exactly that sometimes I think as a sadhak that until and unless मैं हाथ पाँव नहीं मारूंगा नहीं होगा काम. नहीं, आप मारना बंद कर दीजिए फिर भी काम चलेगा. अरे ये भगवान की दुकान है, ऐसा थोड़ी बंद होगी. How many times it happens that somebody not come for the service and miraculously someone else come and do the service. भगवान का काम होता रहता है. That doesn't mean we not take responsibility. But the only problem is the new people who join the movement, they confused with that because they are innocent. And if I unknowingly become someone's authority or someone else, चार लोग अगर instruction देंगे, what that innocent person will do? And that's why it's always based that those who are authority, let them be authority. Rest, be a devotee. Simple. We love each other, we care for each other, we never instruct each other. Never, never, never. Never. Even though somebody explicitly come, Prabhuji, we direct them. Oh, please talk to them. We never speak. Never. And this commander, Vacho Begum.
Sometimes you are in a position that you have to, for example, you have to coordinate something. In order to coordinate, you have to have certain things and certain order.
Yes.
Right?
That's what, if we are authority.
Yeah.
That's what I said. If we are authority.
Correct. But there are other person also have sometimes they're conflicting, right? ये काम करना है या वो काम करना है. एक तो कभी जन्माष्टमी है. Right now I can tell you 5 examples.
Krishna.
So it's a, I don't know.
I know, sir.
What I'm trying to say, sometimes we are putting the situation whether we are following or we are giving instruction. Right? There is no, not always win-win. So I will just pray to Bhagwan.
In that situation, we follow this verse. We not criticize anyone, and very important, which is difficult, tolerate. One thing we should remember as a sadhak, tolerance has no replacement. We may think like, but this is really very deep point. Very deep point. I repeat again. Tolerance has no replacement. And when person becomes sincere and start walking on a path, at significant amount of sincerity, he or she will realize that unlimitedly how to tolerate. And this tolerance is very important in bhakti. And if we tolerate, then we'll see, even let's say Janmashtami is coming, everything will settle down. If everyone cultivate this simple thing, tolerance, there is no chaos. I know every time Vipul Surji has to say that don't step in anyone's toes and service. As an authority has to speak this thing, right? But if as a devotee, a sadhak, if I as a sadhak, if I cultivate this tolerance attitude in the Vaishnava community, then at least I'm not creating disturbance from my part. I'm not adding something my part in community. If everyone do that, it harmonizes. Otherwise, this questions has no answer actually. All this is something we have to live with it and tolerate it. साढ़े 10 बजे जाने दो मुझे.
Very quickly. Sorry, very wonderful discussion. Thank you. Two things come into mind and I want to understand your perspective. When you say Daksha with the answer going prayer and he had the bigger agenda. But in terms of when we say Dhruv Maharaj, right? He had the desire to have a kingdom better than Brahmaji. And when he came, and Lord Vishnu came in front of him, he couldn't speak or glorify him properly. So Lord Vishnu put a conch, and then he started glorifying, and then Lord Vishnu asked, "What do you want?" And he said, "I don't want. I was looking for a broken piece of glass." when I had the diamond in front of me. So why, I mean, of course, we have this Bhagavatam instruction and these are all the role plays that are all, they are all doing to instruct us. But how do we understand that Dhruv Maharaj's desire was purified and Rakshas wasn't? Because ultimately, Krishna, the Supreme Father, he knows what is best in the interest of the child, and we give this example that okay, Krishna only will fulfill your desires that are good for you, right? You should don't approach the demigods because they will give you even if something is not good for you.
So the question is, why Dhruv Maharaj purified despite of having desire, and why not Daksha?
Yeah.
Okay.
And why Lord Vishnu? I mean, apparently
Have two different.
did not follow up what he's supposed to do as a Supreme Father because ultimately it is self-gratification is not good for you, right? And that's
So one thing, what
that's one thing I wanted to ask. And second thing that we probably I missed it, that why Narad Muni was cursed by Raksha. Like we discussed about that maybe out loud.
yes. So what thing coming up in a mind between Dhruv Charitra and this pastime of Daksha? Any difference? One similarity which Prabhu mentioned you, that they both have material desire, they both get Vishnu. Now one is really become pure devotee. Second stuck. Why? Because first thing, Krishna never interject anyone's independency. That is true. Everyone has freedom. Whatever we desire, he'll give. So Daksha has freedom. Dhruv Maharaj also has freedom. Krishna never inject or interpret or interject. But he interject when sadhu involved. In a Dhruv case, Prahlad, in Dhruv Charitra, who involved? Narad Muni was involved. There is no such personality involved in a case of Daksha. I'll tell you now, quoting Srila Gaur Govind Maharaj. Dhruv Maharaj didn't get Vishnu because he performed 6-month austerity. He got Vishnu because of Narad Muni. Narad Muni thought in his heart that इस बच्चे को, he said like that, इस बच्चे को भगवान मिलने चाहिए. That's why भगवान मिले. So between these two, only one difference, and that is sadhu. In this, he follows sadhu's instruction. He did worship following who? Guru's instruction. Okay, you specifically speak this mantra, take 3 times bath, in this place speak this. He follows sadhu agya. But here, Daksha just let me put forward the figure and I put it. There is no higher authority, higher spiritual sadhu command which says specifically do this thing, and that's why he end up and his impurities didn't purify. Meaning, in between these two, we see that one has a whimsical behavior, one has a behavior followed by guru and sadhu. That's the only difference, and that's why, despite of Vishnu come in both cases, one purify, second not. So the biggest lesson between these two pastime is whatever we do, if we are following authority or guru, especially sadhu, then we expect success. So I can think of. What about? He was cursed because what he did is he make every kids of his brahmachari. So that's what the story is, right? Prachitas, the 10 Prachitas Daksha born. From Daksha, those Haryaswa. So Haryaswa, he make everyone's brahmachari. So सारे बेटे कोई डॉक्टर इंजीनियर कोई नहीं बना. Everyone become brahmachari. So he natural as a father have affection. So he curse के भाई. इसलिए राधा गोविंद महाराज said that एक जगह ठहरो मत तुम. एक जगह ठहरोगे लोगों के दिमाग को बिगाड़ोगे. चलो मैं श्राप देता हूँ तुम घूमते रहो सब जगह. Joking way, but so you are asking reason? I don't know. This is apparent.
Right? Like you have to have a capacity or qualification to even curse a personality like.
Yes.
So I was like trying to maybe we were going to share something more. There was some other understanding of why and how Narasaki was cursed by Daksha, like why he did that. Of course, we all know he got angry because he made all of them brahmachari.
Yes.
So that was one reason. That's the main thing, right? Basically.
Yes. The act of internal potency. In a case of Vidur, I was recently reading. Actually, discussion is over. I'm just going on because spending our time in Hari Katha is our spiritual life. So I'm trying to just do it. So I read recently in a case of Vidurji, when Duryodhan disrespect, when he leave Hastinapur, what he think, in his mind, this is the act of external energy, and he leave. He didn't feel sorry in his heart. But the same Prabhupada in purport he mentioned, same external energies act become internal energies act in the heart of Vidurji, where he thought that this is opportunity for me to go and sit in a pilgrimage place and do solitude bhajan. So he didn't think that, oh, this fellow insult me, my nephew. So that was external energy. But he took it in his heart as an internal energy act that now I get opportunity to do my sadhana sitting alone in a pilgrimage space. So same incident has two implications: external act and external energies act and internal energies act. Now which party is involved, they perceive accordingly. So yeah, please.
Even though after so many times, in family life, there's some kind of devotee, we we get like only sometimes our mind gets controlled, like it becomes brave, and to maintain the braveness is really hard. And, because we are in the community, when we interact with someone, I mean, we get mind gets so confused, it gets lost, and again the braveness is lost, and our goal is lost, and sometimes feel like running far away and going faster to close to and just take pictures and do it around. And how to protect that braveness in our student way, and how to stay firm on the path.
In a Vaishnava community or in general? से कब से बोल रहा हूँ मैं? Any thoughts you can share with me?
Which practice like
Please say something. Please. How to basically stay away from agitating situation or have that calmness and that devotional attitude. So first thing to understand is we are living in an imperfect world. So there is no perfect solution, one thing. And we cannot avoid water in ocean. Same way, we cannot avoid agitating situation and disturbance in this world. Just like we cannot avoid water in rain, but umbrella can protect us. Same way, I was reading in one of the purports, Prabhupada mentioned that when we stay with Bhagavad protect us. How to stay with Bhagavad? One thing is Bhagavad in practice. We practice. Let's say, hypothetical example, we are in workplace. Now, workplace is very tricky place. To maintain Vaishnava etiquette there is something not easy. And sometimes openly even we are instructed by other devotees. Be practical, don't be fool. They are not Vaishnava, so you have to act to protect your job and this and that, right? But what Bhagavad teaches, we should see Krishna in everyone's heart. That is there, that philosophy is there. But it is not easy to do, right? Now, say for example, I'll give one very practical example. It happens with me recently. I was at my workplace and talking with some colleague, and they basically eat non-veg. So this one of the teammate, we were talking, and we start talking on a food, and oh my god, the way he spoke actually, the way he spoke is he every day generally like to eat meats. I'm not criticizing, but good to understand. His in-laws came in the country and staying with them. Now they are vegetarian. So he cannot now bring non-veg or cook non-veg because in-laws are pure vegetarian people. So he was describing to other colleague who are also eating non-veg, and I was by happen to chance standing there. We were talking. So he said the way he describes, like, finally, my in-laws went yesterday back to India. I'll eat now. And then he described some recipe, some chicken or something. They said I'll purchase it from Costco and I'll eat it. And I can't repeat him, but I was when I was watching his face and the way the gesture he put down while speaking that, it was like he has so much twara, so much desire to just like let me go home and just eat whatever that he recipe he described. I want to eat it. Like literally now, this is demonic behavior, right? He may sounds like a professional engineer, whatever, but now I was standing there and I was thinking in my mind, obviously what as a sadhak knee jerk moment is, Arey baap re, I should stay away from this guy, right? And natural. Now I cannot because he's sitting next to me every day, work with each other and team members and everything. So I was thinking in my mind how I can try to say Krishna in his heart. It is very difficult. We have contradiction, and since they have that habit, they will never come on same page with you. They always have debate. Even in meeting also they have argument. You put point, they will put some counterpoint. It is not easy. But when we stay with Bhagavatam, so one practical thing is Veda base is a blessing with we professional people who always deal with the screen. What we can do is we have that Veda base Bhagavatam or Chaitanya Charitamrita with us, and we, as much as possible, we try to put our head there, because the only way we can control our tongue, the only way we can control our mind is Shastra Adhyan, best thing. So we stay with Bhagavatam. हम चल रहे, we think something about Bhagavatam, some incident, some pastime. Hey, why today in today's Bhagavatam class somebody speak like this way? Hey, why? No, introspection basically. So when we do keep doing this thing with Bhagavat, that will give us a strength to act accordingly. But if we have distance connection, we distribute Granth. But if we not put our head with the Granth down, then we'll not get that ability. So Adhyayan is very important to calm us down in all the situation. Very, very important. And we don't want to become Pandit out of it. We read to protect ourselves. So, and especially at workplace. Because workplace is very, we cannot give up because we need money as a grihastha. I cannot give up my job. I need money. So what is solution? Whenever I enter, just like all the Gop Sakhas enter in a mouth of Agasur, how they enter, they chant Krishna's name and they enter. कि हमारे नाथ पीछे खड़े हैं, आप संभाल लेना, हम तो जा रहे हैं अपना काम करने. They knew that something is wrong. They knew that this looked like something venomous serpent. Still they enter. Same way we knew that this job environment is not good, but छूट तो नहीं रही ना job, छोड़ भी नहीं सकते. So we enter how? पीछे खड़े हैं हमारे स्वामी. With that consciousness we enter, and that consciousness reflect in practicality by Bhagavatam. So we always stay with Bhagavatam. We remember, we read something, suddenly we open something, and Prabhupada purports are blessings. They are blessings. They are actually my purports are my ecstasy. He said that, and even today, Prabhuji, I'll give you one example. To close this, I said this thing to many devotees. I'm just sharing this thing I'm just trying to help another friend of mine like that. If you are in a trouble, I always say this thing to everyone, whoever I talk. If you are in a trouble, if you want some help, you don't have any Siksha Guru, you don't have any authority, you are confused and perplexed like Arjun, no solution. Krishna is not in front of us whom we can ask question. How to get the solution or follow the right direction? Srimad Bhagavatam or Bhagavad Gita. You put it in front of the poster of your Guru and you just pray that please show me the way. You pray like that and you randomly open. Randomly. The 2 page come in front of you is the answer of your situation. If you want to try, next time you try. This is a living thing, Vangsmai, because and on top of that, touched by Prabhupada purely. So these books are not simply books. If you want to try, I guarantee you this is money back guarantee of Prabhupada. Next time, whenever you end up in a situation where you think how to maintain that gravity, how to maintain that attitude and situation and everything, just don't talk to anyone. go to your room or whenever, just Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavatam with the faith, not mechanically, with the faith that my only shelter is this book. With that faith, you open randomly this book. I guarantee you, the 2 page come in front of you is the answer of your situation and is a correct answer. If you ask me, I will cheat you. I'll make up some answer to please you because I don't want to tell you I don't know out of my ego. But Prabhupada will never cheat you. So our dependency exclusively should be on Prabhupada. First, that will help. Yes.
I think that will
Want to speak? Okay. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय.
Thank you so much. Every point you take your point lastly. It's not like few points that
Please pray, Mataji.
please pray for me also to
I have one quick practical question for you. Just one. Can you come here?